Karoline Leavitt shocks nation with unprecedented, historic election victory.
Think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of...
After months of courtroom drama, viral frenzy, and frantic damage control from ABC executives, Karoline Leavitt has done the unthinkable. She's just won her jaw-dropping $800 million defamation lawsuit against The View. Yes, you read that right. The once untouchable daytime TV giant has taken the hardest hit in its history. Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin are stunned. Their credibility? Shaken. Their network? In full-blown crisis. As for Karoline, she didn't just win a lawsuit. She changed the game. This isn't just a personal victory, it's a seismic cultural moment. A bold declaration that legacy media no longer gets a free pass. Someone finally stood up and said, "Enough." So, how did we get here? What exactly did The View say that sparked this media firestorm? And how did Karoline Leavitt turn a viral hit piece into one of the biggest legal victories in media history? Buckle up, because this story is a roller coaster. But first, if you haven't already, hit that like button, tap subscribe, and stay tuned. What you're about to hear may change how you view daytime TV forever. It all started, as many View controversies do, with a smirk, a dismissive glance, and a jab so polished it could have been scripted. Karoline Leavitt wasn't naive. She knew what she was walking into, a hostile arena where conservative women are often caricatured, not heard. But she showed up anyway, poised, prepared, and steady. She came to talk policy. What she got? A televised ambush masked as harmless banter.
They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis on why Leavitt was picked for the role.
Joy Behar led the charge, squinting across the table, voice dripping with sarcasm. With her signature smirk, sharp enough to sour cream, she jabbed, "Come on, Karoline's not here for her intellect. Trump probably just thinks she's a 10. The studio didn't laugh. It jeered. Applause, snorts, mocking grins. It all landed like punches. Then came Sunny Hostin, not waiting for the noise to fade before lobbing her own grenade. Let's be honest, this isn't about qualifications. She's just a poster child for privilege. End of story. It was a pile-on, shameless and unrelenting. And just when it seemed it couldn't get worse, Whoopi Goldberg leaned back, arms crossed, and delivered the line that lit the legal fuse. If it weren't for wokeness, you wouldn't even have a job. Boom. The clip exploded online. Hashtags like #CarolineSitup and #TheViewUnhinged trended. But Karoline? No flinch. No meltdown. Just a calm sip of water and a smile.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time.
These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up.
Because in that moment, Karoline Leavitt didn't flinch. She was ready. As soon as the cameras stopped rolling, she made the call that would flip the script entirely. She dialed her legal team. Within hours, the headlines hit like thunderclaps. Karoline Leavitt sues The View for $800 million. ABC in turmoil after explosive defamation suit. Conservative powerhouse drops legal bombshell on daytime television. And just like that, the smirks vanished. This wasn't Twitter drama or a fleeting partisan spat. This was war. Leavitt had launched an $800 million lawsuit backed by a powerhouse legal team, airtight documentation, and a digital arsenal of evidence portraying The View not as a talk show, but a smear machine. At the heart of the suit? One damning charge: character assassination. But this wasn't a murky he said, she said. Karoline's legal team came locked in, receipts in hand. They filed transcripts, word-for-word breakdowns of the segment, raw camera footage, even off-air moments capturing snickers and celebratory high fives. Then came the bombshell. Internal Slack messages revealing producers plotting in advance. One note read, "Let Joy open with the looks jab. Whoopi will end it with a dagger." That was the smoking gun. Proof this wasn't a spontaneous debate. It was a premeditated hit job disguised as daytime chatter. ABC was blindsided. Executives scrambled. Legal teams worked overtime. PR was in full crisis mode. Suspension talks swirled. Internally, even ABC staffers admitted the truth. This wasn't just a scandal, it was a network implosion.
President Trump's life echoed the sentiment that President Trump is a threat to democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie. And yes, you will take political violence like we have seen in 2 instances against President Trump. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a Nazi. That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day.
Suddenly, Karoline Leavitt wasn't just another guest on a talk show. She was the woman who shattered the illusion of harmless banter and exposed the darker side of performative media. She wasn't trending for a viral soundbite. She was trending because she did the unthinkable. She made The View face real consequences for years of unchecked bias. And this was only the beginning. The moment the lawsuit hit national headlines, the energy inside ABC flipped. Smug turned to scramble. Behind the polished sets and bright lights, panic spread. Loud voices went quiet. According to insiders, Whoopi Goldberg was the first to crack. The legendary moderator, usually unfazed by controversy, quietly reached out to a mutual contact, asking to meet with Karoline. "Just talk," she said. "We don't have to let this get worse." But it already had. Next came Joy Behar, fiery on air. But behind closed doors? A different story. Sources say Joy personally called one of Karoline's lawyers, allegedly suggesting a statement or even a public apology. Then there was Sunny Hostin. As the only attorney at the table, she knew the stakes. Fast. She retained her own legal team, separate from ABC's, and quietly asked if she could be removed from the suit entirely. Karoline's team didn't blink. While The View scrambled, they turned up the heat.
Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
Suddenly, Karoline Leavitt wasn't just another guest on a daytime talk show. She was the woman who tore down the curtain on performative media. She didn't go viral for a soundbite or a political zinger. She went viral for doing the unthinkable, holding The View accountable. The moment her $800 million defamation lawsuit hit national headlines, everything shifted. ABC went from smug confidence to full-blown crisis mode. Behind the studio lights and polished smiles, chaos reigned. Emergency meetings became daily events. Executives fought over options, settlements, public statements, even the once unthinkable, canceling The View. The word cancellation was first whispered in a midnight meeting between top legal advisors and crisis PR teams. But whispers don't stay quiet for long. Staff overheard. Texts leaked. Social media erupted. A show that once dominated daytime TV was now a liability with a logo. Karoline never wavered. Her team issued a single-sentence statement that echoed across Hollywood. Accountability cannot be negotiated. Boom. Game changer. Then came the trial, the moment everyone had been bracing for. The courtroom was electric, packed like a red carpet premiere. Karoline entered with silent poise, navy suit crisp, expression calm, not a single hair out of place. Across the aisle, a different picture. Whoopi Goldberg wore dark sunglasses indoors, avoiding eye contact. Joy Behar looked pale and tense. Sunny Hostin clutched legal papers like lifelines. The energy had flipped. The usual powerhouse were now the ones under pressure. Karoline's legal team wasted no time. They opened with a brutal montage, clip after clip of the segment in question. Every insult, every smirk, every cutting remark layered like bricks in a wall of public humiliation. The courtroom was silent. Then came the documents, emails, Slack messages, pre-show notes. One memo, displayed boldly on screen, read, "We need a viral moment. Karoline's the target today." Gasps filled the room. A leaked voice memo followed, with a producer gloating post-show. "We got what we needed." She cracked. Only, She hadn't. Karoline sat calm, composed, unfazed. Then came the verdict. The courtroom was packed, media outside, crowds buzzing. The jury filed in. On the count of defamation, we find the defendants liable. Boom! Just like that, The View was ordered, along with ABC, to pay $800 million in damages. It was a media reckoning. Chaos hit ABC like a wave. Advertisers pulled out within hours. Legal teams scrambled. An internal memo leaked. We underestimated this guest. We underestimated this lawsuit. Now we're facing the worst PR crisis in network history. The show's co-hosts vanished. Whoopi off set, Joy silent, Sunny reportedly lawyering up separately. Inside the studio, the atmosphere felt like a funeral. Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt was hailed as a conservative media icon. Her follower count exploded. Support flooded in. Viral tweets dubbed her the conservative AOC and the woman who silenced The View with facts, not fury. This wasn't just a court case, it was a cultural shift. Now, networks are rewriting protocols, training hosts, tightening scripts. Because The View proved one thing: you can't just say anything and walk away, especially not with Karoline in the audience. This isn't a punchline anymore.